On a Sunday in 1919, Charlie Chaplin took 6-year-old Jackie Coogan to an amusement park. They rode ponies, played games. Chaplin bought him ice cream. For a few hours, they weren't director and actor. They were just two people who'd both lost their childhoods too early, trying to give each other something better. The Kid wasn't just a movie. It was Charlie Chaplin's grief transformed. 10 days before filming began in July 1919, Chaplin's infant son Norman died after just 3 days of life. The baby had been born severely malformed. Chaplin's marriage to Mildred Harris was collapsing. He was 30 years old, devastated, and creatively blocked. Then, he started auditioning babies. The creative mind works in mysterious ways. Grief can paralyze, or it can become fuel. Chaplin conceived a story about a homeless tramp who finds an abandoned baby and raises him despite having nothing. He'd call it The Waif. But he needed a child actor who could actually act. At the Orpheum Theater in Los Angeles, Chaplin watched vaudeville dancer Jackie Coogan perform an eccentric dance routine. For the finale, Coogan brought his 4-year-old son, Jackie, on stage. The boy did the shimmy, a popular dance, perfectly mimicking his father's moves with natural comedic timing. Chaplin was transfixed. He spent an hour talking to Jackie in the hotel lobby afterward, but initially didn't consider him for the film. Then he heard that Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle had signed Coogan. Chaplin panicked, until he learned Arbuckle had signed Jack Coogan Sr., not the boy. Chaplin immediately hired 5-year-old Jackie at $75 per week, with his father, Jack Sr., hired as Chaplin's assistant. Filming began July 31st, 1919. It would take 12 months, extraordinarily long for any film in that era, unheard of for a comedy. Jackie's parents, Jack Sr. and Lillian, were always on set. One or both accompanied him constantly. But Chaplin developed such a natural rapport with Jackie that their presence became almost unnecessary. Jackie was a perfect mimic. Chaplin would demonstrate an action, an expression, a gesture, and Jackie would replicate it flawlessly. Not mechanically, but with genuine emotion. No matter how many takes Chaplin's perfectionism demanded, Jackie delivered. During the early weeks of filming, Chaplin took Jackie to amusement parks and pony rides every Sunday. Historians have interpreted this differently. Some see Chaplin trying to reclaim his own unhappy London childhood through Jackie. Others suggest he was unconsciously casting Jackie as the son he'd just lost. Maybe it was both. Maybe it was neither. Maybe Chaplin just genuinely liked the kid. What's undeniable is that their on-screen chemistry was real. The scene where authorities try to take the kid away from the tramp, where Jackie's lips tremble as he silently begs, "I want my daddy," still devastates audiences over a century later. When Chaplin rescues him, both their faces stream with tears of relief. It's one of cinema's greatest emotional moments, and it was real. The Kid premiered in February 1921. It was an instant phenomenon, the second highest grossing film of the year. Jackie Coogan, at 7 years old, became the world's first child movie star. Princes wanted to meet him. Presidents honored him. Pope Pius XI received him at the Vatican. MGM gave him a $500,000 contract, guaranteeing 60% of profits from his films. At 8 years old, Jackie was earning $22,000 per week. He was one of the first stars to be heavily merchandised. Coogan peanut butter, dolls, whistles, stationery, records, figurines. His face was everywhere. By his own account, at age 7 he bought a big house at the corner of Wilshire and Western in Los Angeles, with one of the earliest swimming pools in Southern California. Between 1921 and his late teens, Jackie Coogan earned an estimated $3 to $4 million, equivalent to $50 to $75 million today. His parents managed it all. On May 4, 1935, 20-year-old Jackie was returning from a hunting trip in Mexico. His father was driving. An oncoming vehicle forced them off the mountain highway near Pine Valley. The car rolled down an embankment. Jackie's father, Jack Sr., died. So did Jackie's best friend, 19-year-old actor Junior Durkin. The ranch foreman and another passenger also died. Jackie, thrown from the rumble seat, survived with 2 broken ribs. 5 months later, Jackie turned 21. Time to access the fortune he'd been earning since age 6. His mother Lillian and stepfather Arthur Bernstein, the family's lawyer who'd married Lillian in late 1936, informed Jackie that the money was gone. All of it. Spent on fur coats, diamonds, expensive cars, luxuries. When Jackie protested, his mother's response became infamous. No promises were ever made to give Jackie anything. Every dollar a kid earns before he is 21 belongs to his parents. She called him a bad boy and insisted he'd just been playing in front of cameras, having fun. In 1938, Jackie sued his mother and stepfather for $4 million. The case gripped America. Newspapers covered every development. Public opinion overwhelmingly sided with Jackie. How could parents steal their child's earnings? When Jackie's legal costs mounted and he went broke during the litigation, he asked Charlie Chaplin for help. Chaplin handed him $1,000 in cash without hesitation. The lawsuit was settled in 1940. Of approximately $250,000 remaining, the rest having been spent, Jackie received half. After legal expenses, he walked away with just $126,000 of the millions he'd earned. But the lawsuit changed everything. In 1939, California passed the California Child Actors Bill, universally known as the Coogan Act. It mandated that 15% of a child performer's earnings be placed in a blocked trust account, inaccessible to parents. Court approval became required for minors' entertainment contracts. The Coogan Act still protects child actors today. It's been amended and adopted across the United States. Every child star since 1939, from Shirley Temple to Macaulay Culkin, has benefited from Jackie Coogan's lawsuit. Jackie and his mother eventually reconciled. Financial hardship forced him to move back into the family home. He served heroically in World War II as a glider pilot, flying British Chindits behind Japanese lines in Burma. Post-war, he struggled to find work. Child stardom doesn't translate to adult roles. He appeared in B-movies and television. Then, in 1964, Jackie was cast as Uncle Fester in The Addams Family. The ghoulish, light-bulb-in-mouth eccentric became a cult favorite. A new generation knew him, not as the kid, but as Uncle Fester. In 1972, Charlie Chaplin returned to America briefly to receive an honorary Academy Award. Jackie visited him on set. It was their last meeting. Jackie Coogan died March 1, 1984, at age 69. On set in 1919, Chaplin wasn't just directing a film. He was processing grief through art. He was giving a fatherless boy, Chaplin's own father had abandoned the family, a temporary father figure. He was creating something beautiful from something broken. The Kid remains one of cinema's masterpieces, perfectly blending comedy and heartbreak, slapstick and genuine emotion. And Jackie Coogan's story became something more. A cautionary tale that changed an industry, proving that sometimes the most important legacy isn't what you create on screen, it's the protections you fight for off it. At 6, he became the world's biggest child star. At 21, his parents had stolen his $4 million fortune. His lawsuit gave him back almost nothing, but it protected every child actor who came after. Jackie Coogan, October 26, 1914, March 1, 1984. The Kid Who Changed Hollywood.